Roger traveled the great blue ocean, using the stars as his guide. As it turns out, he was a natural seafarer. As any cat is whose worth is whiskers, he was a clever fisherman. He would go to the side of the boat and he'd look down into the water with big wide eyes, and when he saw a fish, he'd paw down into the water and pick it up, and then he'd cook it in the stove, and he'd have a lovely bit of bread and jam, and it would be the most wonderful meal. Roger found that he even liked a lot of the stuff that he probably shouldn't like about seafaring. He loved mopping the deck and moving the sail and figuring out which way to go. But he also realized that there is a lot of danger in this line of work, too, for he soon discovered that he was running low on food, or at least jam, particularly jam, and he didn't think he was going to be able to survive if he didn't have any jam. So he began to worry and pace the deck, and the heat, the sun, was getting very hot, and he found himself praying to the three beings that ruled over this world, the man in black, the man in gray, and the man in white, and he begged them to help him get out of this trouble. Well, as he was sitting there saying this prayer, he heard a noise, a little yip. Yip, yip, yip. Roger looked out, and he saw that there was some kind of a ship out there in the water. But was it a ship? No, it looked like it was a plane, for he could see a wing sticking up. And as he looked closer, he realized there was something very hairy swimming around in the water. And as he drew closer, he realized it was a dog. Now, Roger, as a general rule, as in fact any cat would tell you, did not like dogs. But at the same time, as grumpy as Roger always pretended to be, he was really quite a sweet cat, and he wouldn't let any creature die. So he rode up, and he came to the dog and realized it was dressed all in pink. And he pulled it up with his two paws and said, "Who are you?" And the dog said, "My name is Sky. I've been riding around and up there, and sadly I ran out of fuel. I'm escaping some bad people," she said, and she looked down at the ground. And Roger said, "Well, you're welcome to come with me, I suppose, at least until we can find an island where we can drop you off." Sky said, "Oh, I'd love that, and please don't drop me off and leave me. I'd really rather like to come with you, for I don't have anywhere to go and don't really have any friends left in the world." And Roger thought about it for a second and said, "Well, we can decide all that later, but you can definitely come with me for the moment, especially if you can tell me which way to go, for I'm running low on jam and I need to get to an island." And Sky explained that she did know of a place that they could go that she had just stopped by. And so they continued navigating on, and Roger wondered to himself what had happened to Sky that made her fly away. And he suspected that there was something to it, but he decided he wouldn't press it on her. After all, that was her business. But Sky told him that she was very grateful to him for saving her life, and she promised that she would do anything he said. "Let me tell you, Roger, I will be your servant, and whatever you say for me to do, I will do." Now, if Sky had realized that this was going to cause a lot of trouble, because Roger wanted quite a lot of things, and probably some things that he probably shouldn't have had. But at any rate, she didn't know this, and at that moment she became his servant, and a very good servant too, for she was quite good at seafaring, as well as riding around in a plane. But anyways, they rode on, and soon they would come to their very first island, and their very first, if not very small first, adventure.